Welcome back to another Heritage Weekly, everyone. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, we go over the auctions, talk video games, and I hope that you guys make it. Now, while the Atari block goes on, as usual, I'm just going to go ahead and give a little quick run through of what we can expect for this auction this week. Mario Bros. Only a complete in box. This might do really well here. A first print of Athletic World. That could do well. It's only a 6.5 complete in box, but very hard game to find. Jaws might do well as a circle seal there. It's only an 8.0, but Jaws is very iconic. I'm actually interested to see how John Elway does, believe it or not. I mean, a worthless sports title is how it's been seen for the past 20 years, but maybe the Heritage crowd will take to it. First print Kirby's Adventure, this could do decent. Little Samson cartridge only, but a 3.0. I'm interested to see what the hell's wrong with it to only get a 3. Super Castlevania here. Is this a normal print? So this is an actual Japan print of Super Castlevania. So that could do really good today. Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, as is tradition. This is only a 4.0 right here. That's a really low grade red. Oracle of Seasons. That could do really good here. 9.4 A+. It's already at 1200 actually. Paper Mario again? It's actually insane how many times we've been seeing Paper Mario recently, hey? That's weird. No, Metal Gear Solid. So here we go. A 9.8 A++ Metal Gear Solid. Now, what I was saying, right? Because the signature auction is next week. I can only assume there's one of these in the signature auction as well. And that this one might actually get less attention. And, you know, the person who submitted for this week is probably going to get shafted compared to the person who submitted for the signature auction, unfortunately. Oh my god, there we go. There's the GTA 5 9.8 A++. I'm actually interested in this and Skyrim as well. Decent little selection today. But like I said, if my item was actually in this auction, I would be pretty scared, personally. And here's Pac-Man, 7.5 NS. It has to be an earlier print to be getting this kind of traction. Will WATA reject a game? Absolutely not. They will put it in a slab and give it a 0.5. There are a couple of WATA 0.5s that I've seen, and they are in as bad of shape as you would expect. And that Pac-Man actually sold, like, pretty strong, in my opinion. 456 there for a 7.5 no seal glue seal. So I'm not a Pac-Man expert. I am not an Atari expert. I don't want to try and pretend to you guys that I am. If someone can share information on the variant of that, that'd be awesome. Yeah, there have been WATA games graded 10. There are a few of them that exist. I know Bomberman 64 is one of them. That is one of the like cardboard games that is a WATA 10. So here is the first print of Family Fitness Athletic World that came with the Family Fun and Fitness Power Pad? Why am I calling it the Power Pad? I can't remember the name of the Bandai branded one. But this is the one that came before it. Nintendo acquired the rights to print this game. Family Fun Fitness Pad? Is it just called the Pad? Yeah, so you can see here that this game is getting traction already. And once it ends, I do want to check the box grade on this because the box is one of the rarest boxes in the NES library, honestly. $1,000 for a complete in box 6.5 here. And what are the stats on the box on this one? Give me the real image, please. $240. 5.5, 5.5, 9.2, water damage box and manual. So there you go, right? That's a pretty bad copy of this game, and it's still sold for $1,000. I remember when nice sealed ones of that game used to be $1,000. It's just one of those games where unless you are actually looking to collect complete in box NES games and you know about it, you'll never find one of these in the wild type of thing. Do I have a personal collection that I won't sell and also a resale? Yes, I keep everything separated, Computer Blue. I definitely have the stuff I keep and the stuff I sell, 100%. We missed the Bandai Golf Challenge Pebble Beach and Break Time, which Break Time is actually one of those like not rare, but like complete in box collectors will know that Break Time is a little bit uncommon. Same with Clash at Demon Head, just a little bit uncommon. They're low-key games, but I used to be a full set NES collector, so the titles like this stick out to me more than the average person. Cobra Triangle, this game is actually published by Rare, which is kind of neat. Yeah, there we go. Developed by the Stamper Brothers at Rare. Before they were making really good N64 games, they made Cobra Triangle. 1K on CIB Athletic World with water damage. Yeah, I was surprised to see it was covered in water damage as well. 456 there for the high-grade Cobra Triangle. It is a low-key title, so I'm not surprised to see that. But yeah, $1,000 for that waterlogged Athletic World is, honestly, I think it's a really strong price to get on Heritage. Like, sometimes games like that go under the radar. I don't think that went under the radar at all. Hot tub streams will come soon. We will push hot tub streams onto the YouTube meta. There's no reason that has to be only Twitch meta. I believe that we as a community can grow it strong here on YouTube as well. So keep that in mind for the future. Dr. Mario 8.5a. It's a low grade game here on one that isn't that hard to find. So that's why I say it's a low grade. 8.5a on Dr. Mario is a lot less special, because Dr. Mario is just kind of available factory sealed and has been for a long time. Now this is a hang tab complete in box. It's just not really an early print. Like, it's a hang tab print, but if you're going to submit one of these as complete in box for grading, you know, the box matters 80% here in the price, and we're just looking at a 6.0 box with a 5.0 manual. It's just, there's just really not merit there. There's no real reason to submit that type of stuff. Not at this point anyway. Especially now, given the price to submit complete in box stuff. Why would a person get a used opened NES game in rough shape graded? To put it on Heritage Auctions? Do you not get the meta? Are you not writing down anything you see every week? You take your game, you get it graded, and you send it to Heritage Auctions. It's very easy. It doesn't matter what it sells for, you just follow the meta. Do I think buying brand new Switch games and saving them to sale in 20 years is a good idea? Absolutely not, Aaron Shell. I think you'd probably do better in a normal S&P 500, Vanguard 500, whatever the American equivalent is of just grabbing lazy stocks. So here's that Jaws 8.0A, and this is a circle seal. I think it's a Rev A. Yeah, it is a Rev A. So this would be a second print of Jaws as far as I know. There might be other micro variations in there, but there is a no Rev A print to this game, so circle seal Jaws isn't that easy to find, really. And like I said before, iconic. Not game, but movie, franchise, copyright. You know what I mean? Everyone loves Jaws. 780 for Jaws. So here's John Elway. How far is the Heritage crowd gonna push John Elway? And I don't even, like, this game was $50 for the longest time. Worthless sports title is what this was considered. So already seeing it at this price is kind of funny to me. Not that I'm not saying it's not worth that now, it's just kind of one of those things like, wow, have times changed. Here's Kirby's Adventure, and you can see on the front here, this is not one of those Canada prints. This is an actual English retail version of the game, not the Canadian French version, and that's why you're seeing the price here already much higher than the Canadian ones. Kirby for 1140, not bad at all. It wasn't a great grade, right? 9.2 B+. B+ signifies like there's actual holes in the wrap, so that had to have weighed into that a bit. What is the going rate on a cartridge only of Little Samson right now? That went for 1,500. I feel like it's like 3,000 for a Little Samson. Okay, so that did sell at the understandable discount that it should have sold for. Pop quiz hotshot. You got a Black Label Silent Hill 1. The seal is great, but there's a half-inch crack on the case. Do you sell it, grade it, keep it? What do you do, Greg? What do you do? VCR Repairman, thank you for the $10. Unbelievable. With the Silent Hill Black Label, even with the crack, even with the... I would still grade it, and I would still keep it for right now. I would hold on to that. That is a marquee PlayStation 1 game. That is a game that in the future has potential to be one of those most sought after PlayStation games. That's my opinion on that game. I would hold it for now unless you have a reason to sell it. If you're going to take that to the market, you'd better have a something to do with the money afterwards. You know what I mean? Have a plan for the money. Unless, otherwise just hold it. And there I missed the MC kid selling for 900. And this is insane to me, actually. I want to click into this quick, sorry. What was this? This is just a Rev A. Why the hell did this go for 660? Like, not that it's bad, but I mean, we're talking an 8.0 box, the letter's in shitty shape. It's a Rev A. It's like a third print. 660 just seems insane. For that. Just for this variation in this condition. That seems very heavy. Oh shit, this Robo Warrior is a 9.8A+. I saw the bidding action explode here on the side, and I was like, what? Like, why do people want Robo Warrior? But yeah, the grade justifies the price. The grade justifies it. You say about Wii U games not being worth it down the line. What do you think about third-gen console games? 360, Wii, and PS3. It's not that I hate Wii U inherently, I just think that there's a lot of wild speculation on Wii U that's not going to turn out as well as people think it is. With PS3, Wii, and 360, again, I would chase after the main franchise big-ass games before I went after the more obscure rare games. Like, I know 360 has a whole bunch of weird Atlas titles on it, or like Axios and publishers such as that, but I just don't know how much future demand there's going to be for the random titles versus just buying 6 copies of Gears of War, or Mass Effect 1, or Borderlands 1, or The Last of Us. You know what I mean? Star Voyager 9.8 A++. This is a Rev A version, making it the latest printed, third print of this game. I think there's 4 distinct printings. There is a hang tab version of this game, but as far as third-party hang tabs go, Star Voyager is definitely one of the more low-key ones, but this right here is just a perfect condition Rev A circle seal, so that's why we're seeing the price action we're seeing. And here you can see, even they're saying, highest rating any copy ever offered by Heritage. Which, I mean, doesn't mean much. I'm sure they've only offered 2 or 3 of these ever. But yeah, $1,200 for a perfect Star Voyager. Just not really a name brand title. Unfortunately, right? You got the condition premium there, but you don't really have the a lot of demand. You can see that if Tecmo Super Bowl was in that kind of condition, it would blow past Star Voyager, right? It might beat Star Voyager as is. Holy shit, Tecmo. Oh yeah, there we go. Easy. Easy. Look at that. Tecmo Bowl right underneath it. That, like, Tecmo Bowl has such a good following. And here we're seeing the effects of sports collectors again, where, you know, oh shit. Never mind, this is the black sweater variant. This is black sweater variant Gretzky. I'm just kidding. I don't even know how special that is. I only learned about this variant a little while ago, honestly, like a couple years ago, that there's a white sweater and a black sweater Gretzky. I don't know which is first. I don't know which is more rare. If someone in chat knows, let the rest of the chatters know, because this is one I never paid attention to. I don't know if the premium's coming from the black sweater or if the premium's just coming because it's a Wayne Gretzky game. It's hard to say here. Got outbid at $1,400 on Samson. Rare deal. Why did you want the 3.0 Samson? I need to go and look at that. I need to see why that was a 3.0. This is a perfect condition here on 9.8 A+ on Zoda's Revenge. But Zoda's Revenge isn't exactly that hard to find. I will get the price of that in a second here. But first I want to see why the hell this is a 3.0. What happened to this game? So big rip here. Big rip on the front seal. I mean, not good looking, but not terrible, right? Is the back super scratched? Yeah, I guess it's just really scratched up. Honestly, for a 3.0, like, this isn't that bad. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? For a 3.0, I would gladly have this. That's not bad. It still, like, presents pretty decent because of where the rip is. Not bad. Not bad at all. Sorry. Zodas went for 900, Gretzky 1,560, Super Bowl 1,200. And that brings us to Animaniacs, which is, I believe, a made in Japan print here. Because there is a Majesco print of this game. This is the first print. And that's why we saw $1,200. And now we're probably going to see Batman outsell it because comic books. If you can later. Holy shit, Batman! Oh my god! Okay, this, I did not expect this kind of action. At all. Like, Batman Forever is, it's fucking Batman Forever, right? Can we all admit that that's kind of like the least appreciated of all the Batman series? $4,800 is big. That's a big sale. A big sale, boys. I'm gonna look up pricing data on this later to see if we can find anything, but wow. What's my look on Nintendo Select Wii games? Major Link, I don't have much faith in the Nintendo Select line of games. They were released for $20. It seems like they were flooded the market, and I think a lot of them remained factory sealed for a long time because they were on store shelves for almost ever, from what I remember of Nintendo Select Wii games. So I personally don't have much faith in them. I already think there's risk with the normal Wii games, so I just don't know if they'll ever have the supply shortages to justify trying to invest in them. So here we go. This is a made in Japan Castlevania 4 first print. 8.5A, not a great seal on it, but it is very hard to find these Japan prints compared to the Majesco re-release. And honestly, I still think this price is pretty fair for it. Like, this doesn't seem expensive for the first printing of this game. But we'll see, I guess, what it ends for here. Because the bidding action is still going. When you guys see this go to auction, it's almost always going to be the Majesco print, not the Made in Japan print. And it looks like we are getting a bidding war going on here. $3,200, $3,400, $3,600. Oh yeah. Here we go. So, remember when I said items in this one might not perform? It looks like the right eyes are on this auction. Because we're definitely getting the bidding action you would expect to see.
$4,200.
This might be the most expensive item this auction.
Fair warning.
Is it tied with Batman right now, I think?
400.
Wow. Yeah, tied with Batman, hey? And I mean, maybe I'm crazy in saying this, but I would way rather have this Super Castlevania over Batman Forever. So here's an 8.0 A+, white E on the front, Rattata on the back. So after this one ends, we will once again look back on the sales data of Pokemon Blue, because at this point, we're getting one every week. Like, I'm pretty sure we've had a Pokemon Blue every single week since I've started doing this. And yeah, for a 4.0 here, I think this is already kind of overpriced. I feel like you could just wait for a 6 or a 7 and basically pay this price, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll look at sales data, but for a 4, it just seems expensive. Or you could just go buy a beat up raw copy, you know what I mean? And not have to pay the premium. So here's the Oracle of Seasons, and I'm pretty sure this is a first cop print. Just looking at the front of the game, I'll confirm in a second. I think it is. I always suck at identifying these, so just bear with me on this. It's like if this little part right here is gold foil, it's the early print, and the second printing didn't have it foil. So $2,400 for this Zelda Oracle. There we go, foil. Phew! I always look down here to see if I can see the little box cuts on the double folded box, but yeah, this little part right here is foil on the early prints. You can see here double-ended box foil. So that's why I'm looking right here. You can see a little cut line of where the box folds into itself versus when it has the Y folds on the bottom, it's completely flush from the front. So just a little piece of information there. $2,400 for this game. These Oracle games used to be available a lot, so that's why this price might seem low to you guys if you haven't been, if you weren't there to see how common these were beforehand. So here's another Paper Mario. This is like the 3rd or 4th we've seen sell now. I think the last one the other week went for what, 2,200, give or take? I wonder if there's gonna be like a saturation point here, or if people are gonna keep showing up for them.
Fair warning.
Here we are again, right around 2,200. At the end, there's a whole bunch of these that I'm gonna look up to here, and we can get the actual pricing data. It's hard for me to remember it off the top of my head unless it's something big. What'd that just go for? 2,500. That might be our strongest Paper Mario sale yet. I feel like we haven't seen 2,500 yet. So here's Perfect Dark 9.0A. This is a low grade on a game that is super available. If Perfect Dark wasn't as available as it was, this would be a very expensive game because of demand, but there were factory cases of this game for years. Years. So just know that about Perfect Dark. Look for a high grade one if you're going to go after one. What do you think about a 9.4A+ Minecraft? Would you sell or hold? If it's a first print Fuzzy Wuzzy, I would probably sell, honestly. There's a lot of hype right now. I know it could go up in the future. It could. But you're getting like $3,000 to $4,000 right now for a first print Minecraft, and that just seems insane. Like, we just watched that Oracle of Seasons sell for $2,400, and I mean, I know people are saying the first print's hard to find, but it's hard for me personally to make that kind of leap. The upper left corner of that Samson cart looked black, like it was burned. I'll go back and look at it again after. Does Heritage sell big box PC games? They do not computer blue, because to submit to Heritage, you have to have usually only graded games. They do let these factory cases in, but generally it's only graded games, so they don't bring in any computer games. Here's Luigi's Mansion 9.4 B+, and that B+ grade is going to hurt on GameCube games because, you know, getting a 9.4 isn't that hard on a case-based game. So with a B+ seal, that means there's probably rips on it somewhere, so this would do much better in a 9.4 A+. Twilight Princess 9.4 A+. So here's the A+, right, on this game versus the B+ on Luigi's Mansion, which Luigi's Mansion and Twilight Princess, pretty close, honestly. I would actually go as far as to say that Luigi's Mansion is harder to find than this game, but that B plus seal is just always going to hurt your sale price. So $1,200 for the Twilight Princess. And I say Twilight Princess is easier to find because it was one of those late GameCube games that it stuck around factory sealed for a long time because it didn't have that collector's consciousness back then, right? This was just seen as the shittier version of Twilight Princess. It wasn't like, oh my god, you gotta go buy up this. It was just, why'd you buy the GameCube version? You can buy the Wii version. You know, it was people who couldn't afford a Wii or didn't have one yet that bought the GameCube version. We bought the GameCube version because we didn't own a Wii yet. Someone talk to me about Dave Mirra Freestyle. Why do we give this many shits? Someone justify this for me. Is this the first ever Dave Mirra game? Like, I mean, I grew up playing Dave Mirra BMX too, but this just seems like a very heavy bidding action here for Dave Mirra. Am I a Dave Mirra hater? Do I hate Dave Mirra? You know, if I owned one of these factory sealed in perfect condition, I wouldn't have even sniffed at this price. Is that it? No, that ain't it. It's still going. Dave Mirra, everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a 9.8 A++, but like, Dave Mirra is a pretty low-key celebrity. And I mean, unless I'm completely sleeping on the inherent rarity of this game, this is just completely blindsides me. This is the big one we're waiting for right now. This should be the winner of the auction. That's my guess anyway. Before I saw any other sale prices, this was my bet. But I mean, hey, then Batman happened, right? Come on, Metal Gear, don't let me down. So there you go, $4,300 for Metal Gear 9.8 A++. Well, after the auction, we'll go ahead and take a look at the sales data on this, but I have to assume that in 4 days, 3 days, on Friday, there's going to be a 9.8 A++ Metal Gear Solid, and it's going to sell higher than that. There are so many Metal Gears out there, but it doesn't seem to matter. People keep buying. Yeah, buy Atari. Wasn't Metal Gear Solid PlayStation 1 available as a case-fresh game for years? Not quite to the extent of Perfect Dark or anything like that, but there were a lot of years where you could get Metal Gear Solid in VGA 90, 95 condition, you know, relatively cheap. It was always a common PlayStation game from what I remember over the years. Metal Gear Solid 9.8 A++ already sold in Heritage for like $8K beginning of the year. There you go. So there you go, TRZ. That's what I thought. I thought there was a lot bigger of a sale on it. The issue is they're just going to keep coming up. I don't think there'll ever be a big drought on Metal Gear Solid. This is really cool, in my opinion. So it is a player's choice, or greatest hits game, right? But this is such a cool blister pack. Like, even for a greatest hits game, like, that's really cool. That's really cool. Someone talk to me about the Fifth Element. What am I missing here? This game doesn't stand out for me. I'm not a huge PlayStation collector, based on the movie. Cool. But that bidding action just seems really high. 660 for the Fifth Element? What am I supposed to know? What am I supposed to know about the Fifth Element? Is that Bruce Willis fans? Bruce Willis fans out here making a splash in the market? Bruce Willis making a splash in the market? You know, like, here's the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, which 456 for a higher grade, 9.6 A+. Yeah, Fifth Element is just surprising. That just seems high. Do I think PS2 games will diminish in price since they went up so quickly over COVID? I don't think PS2 is going to recede at any pace quicker than other stuff. But select segments of the market will, right? Select PS2 stuff will recede quicker than the other market due to both the COVID bump and an influx of supply that's going to come. I don't think PS2 in general is going to be a target due to COVID. GameCube will be the biggest downfall from COVID. Complete in-box GameCube games will be the biggest loser from COVID culture ending, in my opinion. So here's the Resident Evil Essentials collection. This is what I was talking about with Crash Bandicoot. There's also a Crash bundle like this on PlayStation 2 as well. I can't remember the name of it though. But inside of here, this is kind of like the GTA trilogy set. You can see, they didn't show it, but inside you get these 3 games. On the back of the games, they all say not for resale, from a collection, so the games inside are kind of worthless, but as we saw with GTA Trilogy, you could probably just crack this thing open, grade the games inside, and be a millionaire. Do I think WATA will ever start grading consoles to complete with VGA, or is it too complicated because of prefab cases? I mean, I don't think it's too complicated because of prefabs. I would expect them at some point in the future to grade consoles. Why not, right? Why not? That might be 3, 4, 5 years down the road, but yeah, I expect them to at least bring in like Nintendo DS's, Nintendo Switches, the Game Boy Colors, the really, really popular factory sealed ones. You might never see them grade NES consoles, N64, Super Nintendo, and stuff like that, but I think they will eventually bring in the smaller ones at some point. And here we go though, Grand Theft Auto 5, Xbox 360, 9.8 A++. And this is already like a strong sale, right? This is a game where I wouldn't expect this to be that hard to find factory sealed. It shouldn't be, right? Logic would dictate that one of the most popular 360 games, very, I bought it, everyone played it. But already $900 for it seems decent, honestly. And here's Skyrim, right? Probably the most printed, most played game in everyone's life. So, I think a high-grade Skyrim could also crush at auction right now. It's just such a different way of thinking versus how people were collecting in 2016, 2017, 2018, where it was more niche games and collector's titles and not the popular stuff that was really getting attention. And now it's all the popular stuff that really gets attention. And of course, I don't own it. What do you do, right? No one was chasing after copies of Skyrim. I didn't think twice about buying a copy of Skyrim. Why would I? Everyone owns Skyrim, right? This might outsell GTA 5 already.
Fair warning. $800.
Yeah, there we go. This is only a 9.4 A+ here. This isn't that high of a grade.
100.
All right. That ends off the video game part there with two. Like, what do you guys think? Are those strong 360 sales? I think those are super strong, honestly. 900 for GTA 5 and 960 for Skyrim? I think that's solid. Like, really solid. Maybe I'm just biased against more modern stuff, but like, damn. Okay, auction fans. Let's see what we got here and what we can make sense of. So just starting with Batman Forever. These were the two biggest items of the auction. Batman Forever and Super Castlevania 4. 8.5A on the Super Castlevania 4, but it is a made in Japan print. If you don't know what I mean when I say that, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown here. A whole bunch of Super Nintendo games have both made in Japan prints and assembled in Mexico prints. The assembled in Mexico prints are Majesco reprints of the games. Later in the Super Nintendo life cycle, Nintendo gave publishing rights to the company known as Majesco, and they started producing them, or assembling them, I guess, out of Mexico. They're cheaper quality and much more common. So on the back here, you can see that this says first party VSeam, and that is how you can identify all made in Japan prints. The Majesco prints will always have a 3-side seam going on the sides, and they will not have the V-seam down the back. So if you're ever unsure, if you ever don't know, just look for the vertical seam on the back of the game. If it does not have that, it's either a reseal or a Majesco print. Not every game has a Majesco print, so you got to know which ones do and don't so that you can identify reseals. With all of that said, let's get into the recap here. So Batman Forever 9.6 A++, $4,800. Let's just see first on Heritage if we've ever seen Batman Forever, because I feel like we haven't, honestly. And if we have, it wasn't something I paid attention to. Okay, so this sale was a long time ago, so I don't want to say that this is representative. We can see right here, I was talking about made in Japan and assembled in Mexico. There's also made in Mexico Super Nintendo games. So this right here would be a second print of Batman Forever. This would be a first print. Made in Japan is first, made in Mexico is second. Made in Mexico is not assembled in Mexico. It is still Nintendo published and will still have a vertical seam down the back. Just a little something to keep in mind there about Super Nintendo games. And I noticed on this one, they did not say if this was made in Japan or not. So now I'm curious to see on it if this is a made in Japan print. And you can see right here, it is a made in Mexico print, which means that this is now a second print of Batman Forever. How much does that inherently hurt this auction? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if a made in Japan would sell for more if this one sold for more than it should have already. I'm just going to take over to eBay here quick. And we'll see if there's any kind of Batman Forever sale data on here in the recent history as well. So there are some on here, but you know, 7.5. This one looks crushed as well. Okay, there's nothing even comparable, at all comparable to the condition. And that's where that huge ass premium came for, right? Like here's a sealed one for pennies, right? Compared to what that sealed one went for. But you really are paying for that premium on the game. I just want to see what kind of condition this one's in here for $400. This is a made in Japan print. You can see right there the big ass letters saying made in Japan. But you can see, right, dented corner, dented corner. This is like probably a 7.5 condition again, maybe an 8. So it just, there are no actual comparative listings for this game. The only way we'll ever know if 4,800 is too high or too low is we have to wait for another one in comparable condition to come up on the market. Who knows when that might happen, right? Super Castlevania 4, I just want to do the same thing here because it is the other big seller. Let's just see if we can find anything on Heritage for it, and if not on Heritage, we'll just check eBay quick. So here we can see in the upcoming auction, there is one, a Majesco print is coming up next week. So we can see what that one sells for, but check the other sales here. 9.2 A++ Majesco, complete in box. Looks like this is the other real one, unless they just didn't say it was Majesco. 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 Okay, so Heritage has not seen a real one come up for auction yet. So there you go. This is the first real one on Heritage. And now I'm just going to go ahead and look on here as well. Here is one in almost comparable grade, right? This is Majesco. So you can see how much lower people value Majesco prints versus the first print. This is a better grade, and it sold for almost 1/5 of the price. Okay, so there you go. Here's a 9.4 A+. So I have to assume the price action that we just saw is using this as the price reference right here. 7,000 for a 9.4 A+, and we saw a 8.5 A sell for 4,800. So there you go. Given that there was already price data to work off of, this sale price makes perfect sense, really. We're going down in condition, we went down in price, nothing seems off or odd. Metal Gear Solid, WATA, 9.8 A++, a perfect condition copy sold for $4,300. So this is actually kind of interesting because this is down from the historical sales that it has seen. 9.8 A++ has sold for $6,600. $6,600 for 9.8 A+. $5,800 for 9.8 A++, and this was June 1st right here, so this is a month ago, lower condition. You know, we have to go back to almost August 1st, 2019, and we can see that it was selling for $3,100. So any kind of more recent price data on this game is showing a much higher price. This is 2019 well, 2019, right? You can't even take those into consideration. This is Jan 2021, this is June 2021, and this is April 2021. So this one, you could make an argument here that this went for a discount in this auction. I just want to see if it is coming up in the Heritage signature. And here we go. Remember I was saying, you guys? Look at that. Look at how stupid that is, right? So this one right here is already bid up to $7,700, and this one sells for $4,300. What are you supposed to do, you know? All you can do is sit and cry if you're this guy. And this guy is laughing to the bank, really. Pokemon Blue version, WATA 8.0 A+. It seems like every week we have a new Pokemon game coming up for auction. If it's not Pokemon Yellow, it's Blue, and if it's not Blue, it's Yellow, and if it's not one or the other, it's probably both of them. So what do we got here for Pokemon Blue? Because at this point we have so many selling that we're honestly getting a really good feel for the market. So what have we seen here? We have the 8.5 A+ that sold January 2021 for $8,400. So if we look at this January 2021 sale, this is a great price, right? This is great. Compared to this one, $4,000 for this is, I would much rather pay half in order to have a 0.5 lower grade. April 5th, 2021, 8.5 A, 8.0 A+, 7,800 versus 8, that's also much lower. 8.0 A, that sold June 8th. Is this the same? 8.0 A+. Okay, so there you go. So this sale is right in line. Exactly where you'd expect it to see. No weakening, no variance, nothing. That is a perfect sale based on sales data. Nothing up, nothing down. So underneath Pokemon Blue here, this is the biggest surprise to me for this auction. This honestly, like, this caught me completely off guard. Dave Mira Freestyle BMX selling for $3,100. I don't really know what to say about it, to be honest. I assume this has to be the first Dave Mirra game. I'll confirm it in editing. I'll actually do some research and put it on the screen if this is the first Dave Mirra game. But, yeah, selling for $3,100. Let's just take a peek here. I have to assume this is the first time Dave Mirra was offered. Yeah, this is the first time it was offered on signature auctions. And I assume if I go to eBay, there are going to be 0 available. Yeah, there are none available, of course, but I don't know. That's so crazy to me. This is the one I grew up playing right here. I didn't play it on GBA. I played it on GameCube, but I mean, I'm a fan of Dave Mirra games. It's cool, but damn, that is one high price for Dave Mirra. If someone knows more than I do, put it in the comments. Paper Mario 9.2 A++ selling for $2,500. And we've actually had Paper Mario coming up quite a few now for some reason in the weekly auctions. So this one sold for $2,500 today. We've had it, here we go, 9.2A June 22nd, 8.5A+, June 8th, 8.5A+, May 3rd for a 9.6A+. Holy shit. Oh, 2020, okay. I was like, wow, what a deal. That makes way more sense. So never mind, this is the highest one that we've actually had come up for a while. So this 9.2A++ is a higher grade copy that we've had up, which, fair enough for the $2,500 price tag. Zelda Oracle of Seasons 9.4A+. This is a first print of the game with the foil reflective on the cover. You can see here, it's marked on here, double-ended box foil. When you look at this little gold thing, it is reflective. It's pretty nice, honestly. Pokemon Red version 4.0 B+. So this is a beat copy of Pokemon Red. For $2,000, it honestly seems expensive to me. You know, so here's a 7.5A, which is almost twice as good of condition, if we just go by the scale, right? A 4 to a 7.5. And it's only selling for an extra $900. It just feels like you could absolutely hold out to get yourself a 7.0 or a 7.5, even a 6.5 copy, right? And pay this, what'd that go for? $1,900 price tag. Little Samson WATA 3.0 cartridge selling for $1,500, which honestly, it looks better than the 3.0 in my opinion, but coming down, Wayne Gretzky Hockey 9.2A. This is the black jersey version. So if you look here, Wayne Gretzky is in a black jersey. I'm just going to go ahead and see here if we have seen Wayne come up before on Heritage Auctions. So here's white jersey Wayne, which I mean, just going by the sales, it looks like it is more common than black. But it has been a while since one has come up for sale in any condition or any auction. And if this is harder to find, this is 9.2, this is an 8.5. I would say this is a very fair price based on what these ones are selling for. Star Voyager 9.8A++, not the most popular title here. It is a third print of the game with the Rev A in the bottom corner, but it did sell for $1,200 given the condition premium. Animaniacs made in Japan, $1,200. Tecmo Super Bowl, always super popular, only an 8.0A condition, but still $1,200. Twilight Princess, this seems like one, again, we're seeing in most of the weekly auctions. 9.4A+ this time for $1,200. Kirby's Adventure, 9.2B+. We actually don't see a whole lot of the normal Kirby's Adventure come up for auction. You can see this is not the Canadian version with the bilingual text here. I am just going to go ahead and look this one up and see what it is sold for on Heritage recently. So here's the Canadian, right? Very easy to see. It has this text right in the bottom corner. You can't miss it. So 9.0A sold for $1,400 back in May. Is this the same? Oh, 9.2B+, 9.0B+. There you go, right? So the market's weakening! The market's weakening! Sell! 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 So not too much to say about Kirby's Adventure. Selling in the same price that we've seen it sell for. You can see that a high grade one crushed in the last signature auction. Really cool game. I love Kirby's Adventure. Unlimited Charizard sold for $1,100. We had Athletic World, Family Fun Fitness, a complete in box one, water damage manual, water damage box, sell for $1,000, which pretty strong sale for how poor of condition this is in. This is a very hard box to find in the NES library, but I almost expected more of a discount given the condition, but hey, $1,000 for that, right? That's what kind of market we exist in now. Bugs Life 9.8A++, super common N64 game to find factory sealed. Much more surprising is seeing the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, 9.4A+ condition. This is Xbox 360 Skyrim, $1,000. I think that's kind of crazy. And we also saw GTA 5, 9.8A++. Again, Xbox 360 game, right? Almost $1,000. I don't know how to differentiate prints on this game. I assume there are multiple versions that were produced, just given how popular and many they made, but I can't speculate on that. Coming down, Luigi's Mansion 840, Jaws 8.0, not the highest grade, but it was a round seal, so 780. Robo Warrior 9.88 plus, fully pulling the condition premium. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, a third print in 8.0, selling for 660. That just seems like such a strong price for that. I don't know. I feel like you could go to eBay and get a better one. Like, this is a factory sealed Super Ghouls and Ghosts right under it. Really cool game, really good, you know, Super Nintendo game, selling for the same amount. I would weigh 10 out of 10 times. I would rather have Super Ghouls and Ghosts over this complete in box Tyson. 10 out of 10. The Fifth Element 9.48 plus plus, I don't know. I have no idea why this sold for 660. If you know anything about this game, put it in the chat. Pac-Man, we had a 7.5 Pac-Man actually sell for 456, which is a stronger Atari sale, all things considered. John Elway's Quarterback 9.4A, $456, proving sports titles. Keep your eyes open for them. Perfect Dark 9.0A, $372. Very easy to find factory sealed Perfect Dark, so not surprised to see it only selling for $372. Doom WATA 8.0 CIB. This is the cardboard long box version, so $216. The long boxes of these really popular PlayStation games are extremely collectible factory sealed, so not surprised to see the complete in box ones also selling for a decent price. And the loser of the auction this week, Ball Blazer on Atari 7800, 8.5A, $61. So make sure before you grade your game, before you consign it to Heritage, it's actually worth doing so, because it's very easy to also lose money. Hope you enjoyed this recap. Hope to see you guys next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Every week we go over the auctions, we go over video games, we talk everything that's happening. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.